I mean, the yields are holding up fairly well. I mean, we are positioned strongly with our basically our essential based portfolio with a lot of grocery store anchors, home improvements, off price clothing stores that are showing a lot of resiliency coming through the pandemic. And as we move our way, hopefully out of the pandemic soon, even with the resurgence of the Delta variant, the yields are holding up, performing well. Occupancies are maintaining themselves in the mid 90s, and we're very confident we're well positioned as we move forward into the next evolution. Regardless of how long the Delta variant hangs around, we think we're in good shape as we move forward.
So the reopening in North America, Robert, it means more foot traffic, and this notion of an existential threat of online to the shopping mall, has that been vastly overstated?
Not necessarily. Depends on the sector. I mean, it's kind of a tale of two sectors. If you look at the retail in the U.S. going into the pandemic, obviously the malls were already struggling with changing consumer behaviors, less tolerant of mall-based shopping with the department stores, and more reliant on the digital environment, quicker satisfaction, better selection. So the malls had been struggling. Everyone knows about a lot of the bankruptcies on the mall side of the business with J.C. Penney's, the Kmart's of the world, Neiman Marcus. So the malls were struggling going into the pandemic, and when the pandemic forced a lot of shutdown of the malls, it even exacerbated that problem. More stores closed, more bankruptcies. But you've got to kind of differentiate that from what's going on with the open air centers, which sell more necessity-based types of products, be it food, home improvement products, pet supplies, retail products like that, that really the consumer needs on a day-to-day basis. And while there's certainly an uptick in e-commerce, even in those categories during the pandemic, most of the fulfillment on the e-commerce side of the equation for those uses are actually done out of the physical store. So the bricks and mortar stores really on the strip center side have remained relevant because online fulfillment has been done out of the stores because it's closer to the rooftops. Yes. Where people live, work, and play. And that maximizes the efficiencies and the profitability because it's less delivery times, less delivery costs. So malls on one side struggling, but strip and open air centers actually doing very well through the pandemic, and as we work our way through the pandemic into the recovery.